In the past year, has someone you care about started to show small but worrying changes? A lot of people think that death and old age come on quickly. The truth is, though, that the body often sends quiet signs months or even years before the end of life. Most people miss these signs, though, since they look small at first. When families look back, they understand the clues were there the whole time. But by then it's too late to get ready, too late to make the most of them. We'll talk about 5 important signs that an older person is likely to die a year from now in this video. You may have noticed some of them, but thought they were just signs of getting older. Some changes may seem small, but they are actually signs that the body is slowly failing. If you notice these signs early, you can give your loved one better care, enjoy special moments, and most importantly, make sure that their last days are full of comfort, respect, and peace. Because these 5 signs can help you get ready for what's coming, please read all the way to the end. You will not be taken off guard if you know what is going on. You can enjoy the time you have left with the people you care about. It's time to begin. 1. Significant weight loss. Losing weight without trying to is one of the first and most clear signs that someone may be getting close to the end of their life. At first, it might seem small, like a belt that needs to be tightened all of a sudden, clothes that look like they are getting looser, or a strong hunger that starts to fade. People in my family think it's just part of getting older, but losing weight without trying is rarely a good sign. It usually means that the body isn't absorbing nutrients as well as it used to, that muscle mass is going down, and that important processes are slowing down. Some muscle loss is a normal part of getting older, but if it happens too quickly, it means that something more serious is going on. The body may be having trouble breaking down food properly, or the person may not be able to handle protein properly, which causes muscles to lose mass. Not only does this make it harder to move, but it also makes the person more likely to fall and makes their immune system weaker, making them more likely to get illnesses. One more reason to lose weight in your last year of life? Changes in hunger. A lot of older people don't feel as hungry as they used to. Their taste buds also get worse, so food doesn't seem as tasty, and they may start skipping meals or eating much less. This isn't just a matter of taste, it's a change in the body. When the body knows it's about to shut down, it stops telling the brain to look for food as often. As a result, it means having less energy and strength, and your health is slowly getting worse. Then there's the part of underlying health problems. People with long-term illnesses like cancer, heart failure, or kidney disease often lose weight. These illnesses can start to get worse long before they show more obvious signs. Some health problems, like sadness or memory loss, can make people eat less, which keeps their bodies from getting enough fuel to stay alive. Some families try to help their loved ones by getting them to eat more, giving them their favorite foods, or giving them protein drinks in addition to their meals. But if the weight keeps going down despite these efforts, it's important to realize that the problem isn't just the diet. The body is getting ready for a bigger change. At this point, making people eat big meals might not help. Comfort food that is easy to eat instead. What you eat and drink can have a bigger effect on your quality of life. If an older person you care about loses a lot of weight, especially if they eat less, feel weaker, or have trouble staying busy, you should pay attention. This isn't just about how you look. Your body is giving you a message. And getting that lesson now can help you get ready for the road ahead with clarity, compassion, and the power to give each moment meaning. Number 2, being very tired and weak. Feeling very tired all the time that won't go away with rest is one of the most obvious changes in the year before death. Going to bed after a long day doesn't just make you tired, it makes you so tired that even small jobs seem impossible. It becomes hard to get out of bed. It's hard to walk across the room, and things that used to be easy, like cooking, getting dressed, or even having a chat, become too tiring. This isn't just a sign of getting older, it means the body is saving the energy it still has. When organs start to work less well, the body starts to focus on what's most important. It gets harder for the heart to pump blood, muscles don't get as much oxygen as they used to, and circulation gets worse. This is why a lot of older people in their last few months feel weak, unsteady, and unable to keep up the same level of exercise they used to enjoy. Metabolism slowing down is another important reason. The body is made to make and use energy, but that energy is being shifted as it gets ready for the end phase. The body stops making you want to move and starts making you want to stay still. This is why someone who is declining might start to sleep more, need longer naps during the day, and find it harder to stay awake for long amounts of time. Some people may even have sudden drops in energy, where they feel fine one minute and can't do anything the next. But the mental effects of being tired may be the most heartbreaking part of this process. Many seniors who used to be proud of being independent now feel angry or even ashamed that they can't do the things they used to enjoy. They might pull away from talks, avoid going out with other people, or stop doing things they used to enjoy. Not because they don't care, but because they are too tired to do it. This can make them feel alone and make them give up on trying, which speeds up their decline. It can be painful for families to see a loved one go from being busy and involved to being tired and distant. It's simple to think that they're just being lazy or that they need to force themselves to do something, but that won't help. Knowing their boundaries, letting them rest when they need to, and making their last days as comfortable as possible are the most important things. If someone you care about is deeply and consistently tired and resting doesn't help, that's a sign that their body is going through a big change. Now is the time to value talks. Set aside times of peace and help them without expecting anything in return. The most important thing is that they feel loved, understood, and at ease, not how much they can do. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 3 below to let me know you're still here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, more mental confusion or withdrawal. The most noticeable changes in a person are how they think, talk, and connect with others as they get closer to the end of their life. Someone who used to be smart and interested may start to forget things more often, have trouble following talks, or look lost in places they're used to going. Even if they have never had memory problems before, they may say the same things over and over, forget names, or lose track of time. These small changes in the way you think can happen months or even a year before you die. It's not like this happens all the time. Like every other organ, the brain needs a steady flow of air and food to work right. But cognitive function starts to get worse as circulation gets worse and oxygen to the brain gets less. The person may get lost easily, have trouble making choices, or have trouble recognizing people and places they've been to for years. Sometimes, they may even have short periods of clarity followed by quick periods of confusion, making it seem like their mind is coming and going. Emotional withdrawal is another usual sign. A person who is getting close to death often stops wanting to connect with other people. You may notice that they talk or interact with you less, or that they sit still for long amounts of time. They still care about the people they love, but their brains don't work the same way when it comes to feelings and engagement. Conversations get old, and places that are too loud feel too much for some seniors, so they withdraw into their own worlds. You might also see changes in how you feel and act. Some people become more irritable, anxious, or upset quickly. Others seem eerily calm, distant, or uninterested in things that used to bother them. This isn't just a change in behavior, it's often the brain getting used to the body getting older. It gets harder to show how you feel as your cognitive function decreases, and you may stop responding to events in the same way you used to. This time can be especially hard for family members. It can feel like you've lost a loved one before they're even gone when you see them lose touch with reality or mentally pull away. But it's important to remember that they can't change this. You shouldn't try to bring them back into conversations. Instead, you should meet them where they are, speak softly, reassure them, and know that you are there for them even if they don't always react. Do not ignore the fact that a loved one is forgetting things, getting confused, or not as interested in things. These are often the first signs that the mind and body are getting ready for the big change. Now is the time to be patient, enjoy the quiet, and work on making a space that feels safe, comfortable, and calm. Because love and comfort can still be felt even when words are lost. Now let's go. 4. Getting infections often and taking a long time to heal. One of the most obvious signs that the body is starting to slow down is a weaker defense system. Someone who didn't get sick very often before may now seem to get every cold, flu, and other small sickness that goes around. Small illnesses that used to get better quickly now take a lot longer, and even small wounds like cuts and bruises heal much more slowly. These changes don't happen by chance. They show that the body can't protect itself or heal itself like it used to. One of the biggest worries is getting infections over and over. When your immune system gets weaker, you are more likely to get pneumonia, UTIs, skin infections, and even oral illnesses. A lot of families think that these are one-time illnesses, but when they happen a lot or take a long time to go away, it's often a sign that the body is losing its power to fight back. Even medicines that used to work quickly may not seem to work as well as they used to. The person may need stronger medicines, more time to heal, or more than one round of treatment for infections that were small before. This happens because the body doesn't respond as well to treatment when blood slows down and organ function drops. Long-term wounds are another problem that is ignored. It could mean that your circulation is low if you notice that small cuts, scrapes, or bruises aren't healing properly or keep opening up again. When blood flow is low, oxygen and nutrients can't get to the skin and tissues as well as they should. This makes healing take a lot longer than normal. If you don't take good care of your pressure sores, they can become dangerous and infected, especially for people who can't move around as easily. Even worse is that infections in the last year of life don't always look like we think they will. An older person may not have a high fever, but may just seem more tired, confused, or less hungry than normal. In fact, a rapid drop in mental alertness is often the first sign of an infection in older people, even before any other symptoms show up. If they notice these changes early, it can affect how much comfort and help they get in the last few months of their life. It can be frustrating and upsetting for families to see a loved one get infections over and over again. It's easy to want to push for harsh treatments, thinking that one more round of medicines or another stay in the hospital will fix the issue. But after a while, the focus usually changes from healing to comforting. Making sure they drink enough water, keep their skin clean and moisturized, and avoid putting too much stress on their bodies can help them feel better than giving them more painkillers. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 7 below to let me know you're still here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5. Major changes in breathing or circulation. A change in breathing rhythms or circulation is one of the best ways to tell that the body is getting ready for the end stage. Likely, you'll notice that your loved one breathes less deeply or more slowly than before. Sometimes, they might stop between breaths, or their breathing might become irregular, going faster and then slower for no reason. Cheney-Stokes respiration is a gentle, rhythmic way of breathing that some people experience. In this pattern, breathing goes back and forth between long breaks and deep, fast breaths. These changes may begin slowly, but over time they become clearer and happen more often. Poor circulation is another usual sign. To your surprise, you might feel that their nose, ears, hands, or feet are getting cold. There may be spots or pale, blue skin on the face, especially around the toes and fingers. In this case, this happens because the body is sending more blood to the important organs and less to the extremities. This is a clear sign that the heart isn't beating as hard as it used to. Some people also have more shortness of breath, even when they're not doing much. They might feel out of breath or tired just by standing up, talking, or moving around. It's possible that they breathe through their mouth more often, or they may need to stop talking to catch their breath. If they used to be able to walk across the room without much trouble but now find it hard to do so, their lung capacity may be getting worse. When fluid builds up in the lungs, it can sometimes be harder to breathe. This could lead to a cough that won't go away, bubbling sounds, or even a tight feeling in the chest. A lot of people think it's just stuffy noses from colds, but in older people who are getting close to death, it's often a sign that their lungs are getting weaker. Because of this, sleeping flat can be painful for them, and they may choose to sleep on pillows or in a recliner to make it easier for them to breathe. Seeing these changes can be scary for family members. It's normal to want to help, tell them to take deeper breaths, or worry that something important is going on. But a lot of the time, this is just the body's way of slowing down. There might not always be a way to undo these changes, but there are ways to cope with them better. Using a fan, keeping the room cool, or giving small sips of water can help ease the pain. Medication or oxygen therapy may help in some situations, but the focus changes from trying to fix the problem to making the person feel better. As your breathe changes, your hands and feet get cold, and your skin turns blue. You should pay attention. These are often signs that the body is trying to save energy and circulation is slowing down. You should be there for them, reassure them, and make sure they feel safe and at ease in a calm space. The most important thing you can do for them in these last few months or weeks is not medical help. It gives them comfort, pride, and the knowledge that they are not alone. Last words. As this video comes to a close, take a moment to think about what we've talked about. Loss of a lot of weight, extreme tiredness, mental decline, frequent illnesses, and big changes in breathing and circulation. In the year before an older person dies, these 5 signs often show up. You might not notice them all at once, and they might not always be clear at first, but once you do, it means your body is getting ready for its final change. It can be hard for many families to deal with these changes. It's normal to want to fight them and tell someone you care about to eat more, move more, or keep going even when they're tired. But sometimes it's best to pay attention to what their body is telling us. We don't have to try to stop what is going to happen. Instead, we can make their last days as peaceful, comfortable, and important as possible. It's not about being afraid of death to understand these signs. Being ready for it is important. You can give better care, make important choices ahead of time, and make sure that your loved one's last months are full of love and respect if you notice these changes early. Now is the time to treasure moments, tell stories, and let them know you care about them and that they are not alone. Take a deep breath and remember that you are not alone on this journey if you see these signs in someone close to you. If you know what to expect, you can find strength, patience, and peace. This is a road that many families have taken before you. Thanks for being here today. Please get in touch with us. Please tell me what you learned today and how you're going to use it in your life. We care about what you think, so don't be shy about telling us. We feel very motivated and encouraged when we read your opinions. Please like, subscribe, and share this video if you liked it and found it useful. Thanks for your support. It lets us keep making good material for you to learn from and be inspired by. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.